Well, I just did the configuration, Mozilla configuration. Okay, here's how. There's a first step we need to install Java. Okay, so if you go to this location here, I did install JIE 1.7. Okay, so here in this plugin, no, 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 LIB. Okay, CDA MD64. Okay, let's lib Java. Yes, so this is the library we need. Okay, lib Java plugin underscore jni dot so. Okay, see, this is there in AMD 64. Okay, you can do one thing. You can create x86 bulk. You can create one folder and you can copy all these libraries to that particular folder and you can link it. Okay, so this location along with this you need to take it. Okay, and here yes. Should be available. Under Mozilla, there's a folder called plugin. Okay, so in this you need to attach. Okay, you need to create you need to create a symbolic link to this particular file. Okay, I did. I just did. You can see my screen. Okay. This is what I did. Okay, ln-s, the entire file path with this particular thing. So it has created the symbolic link with this. Okay, so that's the only thing I have done. Okay, so only thing is, you need to make sure that you got JRE 1.7. This is the latest, may not be latest one, but minimum the 1.7 is there or not. Okay, so it should be. Oh, sorry. It should be patches. This is patch. This is stage. Maybe I don't know where I have kept that RPM. Okay, so basically it's an RPM. Java is an RPM. So you need to first you install the install the RPM. Okay, and it will be creating the Java folder, and then it will create a folder with the version file. I mean the Java version, and the rest of the files will be copied over there. And we need to by default anyway you would be getting the Mozilla. So go to the Mozilla plugin folder and create the symbolic link. Okay. So after that, sure. So here let's take system administrator and take anything actually, security or request view. So it will pick automatically. Yes. Okay. If you wanted to make sure, you can go to tools, add-ons. You need to keep this one. Okay. So you can here you can two options you will get. Okay, somehow I'm not getting the always active. But let it ask, we will say okay, not a problem in that. All right. So okay, this is how the forms will be launching. Here, let me log into our environment. I'll tell you what exactly for what I'm waiting. So, see, basically, this is our machine. Apps DBA 4 at the rate, I mean, at the rate of host, okay, means apps DBA 4 is the username and host is the host name. See, host.oratrnz.com is the file. Okay, so from here we are connecting to the some other machine like SSH bolke. We are connecting to some other machine. So for us, logically, the host.oratrng will be the source machine, means client machine, and server is somewhere else 243 will get, and I mean 192.168, 10.242 or 243, whatever. That will be the server from here. So here the Mozilla is there in this particular machine. Okay, so if you see, if you go to USR, there is no Java folder here, isn't it? Means Java not installed. Okay, so first we need to install Java here, and then you need to come to the Mozilla and plug in. You need to create. It's a Flash player. Okay, so this is the Flash player, and anyway, that's a different plugin. Okay, so we need to create the Java plugin symbolic link over here. Okay, so to perform this activity, we need a root password. What the one which we got I1 J2 or N1 M2 at the rate 3, whatever password we got, that password belongs to our machine, means 243, I mean 10.243, 10.242. So for that root user and all, he shared the password. But the password of, I mean, the root password of this particular host machine, he doesn't know. Means basically, Gulba doesn't know. I think we need to get in touch with Akal Singh to get the password. Okay, so what we need to do in our environment is first we need to get the root password and install the Java and create the symbolic link, and you can start using. Okay, so I didn't get a chance to, I mean, communicate with Akal Singh yesterday. I was too busy. So probably today I will talk to him and I'll try to sort out that. Okay, so for the practice, I'll continue with my machine. Once your system is ready, I can continue on your the later classes. I can continue with your machine as well. Is that fine? Done. Okay, let us close this. Not a point. Yeah. Yep. So basically forms looks like this. Okay, so here you can see OAM. This and all, what and all you are seeing here, what and all you're seeing here. Okay, all this stuff you will be getting over here, which means these are all called sorry, not here. Okay, these are all called menus and submenus, and sorry, switch responsibility. Okay, so these and all called the responsibilities. Whenever you click any of the responsibility over here, what and all you are getting, okay, let's say, let me click on system administrator. Okay, under system administrator, you can see application manager, concurrent, profile, application, install, request, workflow, AK, security, blah blah blah. Okay, the same thing. This is the system administrator and Oracle application manager, OAM, concurrent, profile. Whatever you are seeing over here under system administrator, you are getting. So this is called responsibility. Yes, you're right. This is called responsibility, and these are all menu items of this particular responsibility. When you click on this, you will be getting the, okay, when you click on concurrent, you will be getting the sub menus of this particular menu. Okay, again, Yes, active user and all. Okay. Yeah. Let me check the concurrent manager status, and then I can execute the active user, and I can show you. Right. Okay. So these are called the system. I mean, the sub menu items of menu items of this particular thing. Okay. Again, if you see another one, so these are the menu items of this menu, and this is the menu item of this menu, something like that. Okay. Menu and menu items will be there, or you can say menu sub menu will be there for any of the responsibility. Okay. So each menu may contain menu items, and again menu item contains further menu items. It all depends on the definition of that particular menu. So all we need to know is there will be one user. The user will have the number of responsibilities. Each responsibility will got their own menu and menu items. That's all. All right. So when it comes to the concurrent, I mean the active users, you said okay, the active user is one of the concurrent program basically. Okay, it's one of the concurrent program. When you execute that, it will be providing the list of users who are active in this one, and I mean who are in active mode. Okay, whose status is active. So that's a one of the concurrent program. In order to execute the concurrent program, you need to make sure that your concurrent manager is up and running or not. There are two ways: either front end you can verify and back end you can verify. When you go to the back end, so how do you verify? You need to say ps hyphen ef or ps hyphen fu. Hmm. Oh, this keyboard is a little confusing. Why less than is coming from? Okay, ps cf. So you must be seeing fndlib. Okay, so FNDLIBR, FNDLIBR, and all. Okay, this is the back way of back end verification. PS minus EF grep FNDLIBR बोले तो it will be giving the FNDLIBR processes, which means your concurrent manager is up and running. Okay, so or else you can say there is a menu called concurrent, another one called admin manager, and there will be something called administrator. Anyway, I'll be telling you, I mean, I'll be explaining you, and we'll be navigating to these things and all at the time of concurrent manager practice. Okay, so the only thing you need to make sure is, actual and target should be same. Okay, and also it shouldn't be zero. So it should be same in the sense zero and zero is also same. That doesn't mean it is up and running. Okay, it shouldn't be zero, and the values should be equal, like 1 and 1 should be there. Okay, 5 and 5 should be there, 6 and 6 should be there, 10 and 10 should be there. If you find 1 and 2, 2 and 1, 10 and 6, 6 and 10, something like that, the combination, actual target combination, then it's wrong. Okay, means which means your concurrent manager is not up and running. So here all are looking actual and target both are same and it's not zero. Matlab, this concurrent manager is up and running. So here also, if you see this standard manager is 3 and 3, it's up and running. Okay, somewhere you will see the internal concurrent manager, that is the internal manager 1 and 1, it is up and running. Okay, so here this particular marketing data mining manager 0 and 0, it's not up and running, it's deactivated, it's not run. Okay, so here in our case, to execute any of the concurrent program, two things you need to cross verify. One is the standard manager who will be taking care of each and every request by default, and the another one is the internal manager. Okay, before checking the standard manager, internal manager need to be verified, and by any chance if the internal manager is down, that's it, your entire concurrent program stack is down. Okay, so now if I see internal manager is 1 and 1, and some standard manager 3 and 3 you have seen just now. Yeah, standard manager 3 and 3 both are up and running. So we are all now set to execute the any of the concurrent program. Okay, so I can show you that. Anyway, I'll be giving you some further explanation on this request and the other stuff. Just for an example, I'm executing one. So when you click this single request under request set, you will be getting, so here you will be getting like this. There you need to type whatever concurrent program you want. Okay, so you don't need to type everything. Just type one or two lines, and if you hit the tab, automatically who and all starting with them, you will be getting the list of concurrent programs who are starting with that particular keyword. Okay, so I said ACT. Okay, so active responsibility and users is there. Active user is there. Okay, let me execute active user. So here, you can schedule any of the activity like. There are multiple options as soon as once in a while, periodically, on specific days, kind of. Okay, so it all depends on your requirement. You will be specifying, and this one is not required. If you have any specific, I mean, if anything specific to your customer and requested you to add the printed details here, you will be okay. Otherwise, not required. Basically. So submit another request. I don't want. So I can click on view. You can click on view and you can see, or you can always see view request. There are the multiple ways. Either you can pick this one or you can click this one. Okay, so it will be like this, and all my requests. Just now I have. I mean, there are multiple ways. If you know the specific request, you can execute, and if you know the specific concurrent program, you can search it. You can, if you know the when did you execute, you can search, and based on the date submit, based on the date completed, based on the status, based on the phase, and it's based on the request. Means system administrator. Requester is system administrator. Means that's how we logged in. Okay, so I can say all my requests simply, and active users completed normal, so it executed. Okay, so if you want to see the view output, you can see it will be giving me these are the usernames who are in running status now. Maybe background something might be okay. So it's the fresh machine, nobody's acting, but in background something must be running there. So for that, 7th August, 17th, the date of the system is like that. So is that clear? This is how any of the concurrent program, either you or functional people or technical people, whoever it is, So when they click on their particular responsibility, they would be getting the nav and their menu and menu items. Okay, These yes, you're right. Okay, so since it is a quick, it is easy and it will execute quickly, we just make sure, no, not app services. We'll just make sure that your concurrent services, concurrent manager is up and running. So if you want to make sure that your concurrent manager is up and running, people will be asking you to execute an active user report and verify. Okay, so once your active user is running, then your concurrent manager is up and running. Okay, now also in one way, your statement is also right. Okay, so if you are able to get the active user, your services are up and running. Why? Because to come to this level, you are touching each and every component, right? First you are using the URL, and then means your web server is yeah, you're correct. Okay, so your web server, when you hit the URL, if it is if it is launching, your web server is correct. Okay, so when you give the username and password, the moment you click on submit button, you are able to log in. Then your database connectivity is correct. Okay, so and you click on any of the responsibility and click on any menu or menu item. If you launch it, your farm server is up and running. Okay, and when you execute when you execute one of the concurrent program, if that is executing, that report server is working fine, and the concurrent manager is working fine. So normally, before submitting to the customer, people will be saying, okay, take an active user report, get an active user report, and submit to the customer. मतलब, if you are coming to till the active user submission means your farm server is up and running, your Apache server means web server is up and running, and if you are able to execute your forms and everything is up and running. So it's a sanity check, it's a health check you can. The mainly active user will be verifying for concurrent manager. Normally. All right. Okay. So here, yep, as I said yesterday, okay, we would be discussing I mean, end to end of concurrent menu profiles we would be discussing, and some part of application means the menu item will be discussing about menus particularly, and these are not really required for the database administrator. It is, when the functions and the other stuffs will be for technical people, not even for functional, so for technical. Okay, and install nothing to. I'll just give you the overview, but it's not a very serious one, and not we won't be doing regularly. The request we will be discussing workflow no, AK not required, and this is not required. Security we will be discussing. Okay, and OIM we have already discussed it. These are the major stuff for the system administrator. In that, very crucial stuff is concurrent and security. And very regularly you would be facing the issue. Even in the interview, people will be spending more amount of the time on these two topics basically. Right. Well, let's start the security part. Okay. Let me create a. Okay. So let's make a proper running notes. Let me close it. I'll start it again. You take the print screen from the beginning. Okay. So I think this sandal not required. Okay, I'll do one thing. Probably I need to do some work on this. That's fine. Where are you? My dear friend. Yes. All right. Okay. So let it be. I'll paste it into the document later part. Okay. So yeah, this should be fine. Okay. So provide sysadmin username, password. This should be fine. Yeah. All right. Okay. So click on system administrator responsibilities. Basically, for the database administrators, this is the main one. System administrator responsibility is the main one. Okay. So the other stuffs and all, system administration responsibility is there, and that's mainly for the I mean, technical people. Okay, to customize any of the form or report or anything, such a things and all they would be doing from that system administration responsibility means if that guy is if the user is belongs to the technical, the technical development team, so would be adding I mean they will request you to add the system administration responsibility to that particular user. Okay, and never ever add system administrator responsibility to any of the user. Okay, it should be with the system sysadmin user only. Okay, if you are specifying, okay, if you are assigning the system administrator responsibility to someone else, that need to be justified very clearly. Okay, matlab, he's as good as your database. I mean, as good as another database administrator. Okay, unless he is another database administrator, you assign that particular responsibility. Otherwise, no, 100% no. Matlab, you are screwing your job. If you are providing to the technical people, this is admin user and password. If you are providing to your technical people, maybe friendly or something else, okay. So that's the security breach. In the same time, your job will be screwed because he won't be coming for you, or he won't be coming to you for any of the tasks. He will be performing any of the system administration task. He will be performing whatever he wants. Okay, he can even bring the. It's as good as in a simple word, it's as good as a SysTPA. So how you will be bringing down the services, bringing up the services. You can configure, you can assign the grants, and you can deassign the grant, revoke the grants. You can do whatever you want from the database SysDBA privilege, isn't it? The something like in it comes to the front end system sysadmin user is the boss for something like SysDBA, where you can. Create a users, deactivate the user, yes, and the responsibilities, deactivate the responsibilities and menus, deactivate the menus, and create the new concurrent program, assign the concurrent program. I mean, create your own manager, and you can assign your request to that particular manager. I mean, you can deactivate the manager, activate the manager, and something like that. You can perform so many things with this responsibility. So be careful about this responsibility. Okay, so system administration. Okay, and choose any of them. Okay, let's say request and run. Say yes. Okay, so you would be getting like this. Okay, so normal system administration looks like this. Okay, now let's work with the security part. Okay, anyway, that also I can write it later, not to waste your time. Okay, so if you click on security, where is this guy? Yeah. If you click on security, you would be seeing user responsibility, Oracle, okay, and audit trail. So in that, the main stuff is user and responsibility. Okay, now let us see. You already got one user, right? Sysadmin is one of the user. Okay, let's see how the sysadmin user looks like here. All right. So click on user. So there you will be seeing define monitor. Okay. So click on define. So you would be seeing like this. So here F11, remember F11, if you say, it would be going to the search mode. The color change like this, search mode. Okay, and here you write whatever you want. If you know the complete stuff, you can write like this, or if you don't know the stuff, you can use like this. Okay, it's up to you. So sysadmin, and what I need to do is control F11. If you say control F11, see F11 will be taking you to the search mode. If you say control F11, it will search and give it to you. F11, control F11. Remember, this is applicable to the entire sysadmin, not only for the user window. It will be applicable for the entire sysadmin. Any form window. If you want to go to the search, if you want to search something, press F11. It will give the. It will go. That will. The color of that particular field will become gray. Provide whatever you want. If you know it is something like command. How do you search in select statement? Something like that. Percentage something percentage, or starting with a percentage, or percentage a percentage, or percentage with a. So whatever combination is there, okay, for the like operation, that thing you can use it here. Okay, so if you look here, I just fetched. Okay, so sysadmin is the user. Okay, and the description system administrator. and the password expiration. Okay, so how many, within how many days this password can access. Okay, how many, I mean, number of times. Okay, 10 access or 10 20 access or 30 times you can access, something like that, and none, nothing. Okay, and again the person details, the user details, the person name, the customer belongs to which customer, and the supplier email. Anyway, these and all you would be getting from the customer. Okay, the what and all need to fill and all, all the inputs you would be getting, the what should be the username. Okay, how many days it should be. Okay, so what are the person name, what we need to keep on the person name and the customer name, supplier name, email, fax, and all. Okay, so effective date it will be from today. Okay, or you can keep today or whatever. Okay, so and to date will be null. Basically to date will be null, and if we assign to the yesterday gone, I mean, he can't assign, the user is expired. Okay, means here, why they have given the to date is, once you create any of the user, I mean application user, there is no option of deleting the user, dropping the user. Okay, to make sure the audits are clear, so just, I mean, if anybody asks why you can't delete the application user, it's for auditing purpose. All right, so once you create the user, you cannot drop. Okay, so only thing what you can do, you can disable the user, in the sense, if you set the end user to the yesterday date or something, okay, the previous date, then it's done. Whenever they are logging in, they will be checking the two data, whether that it is today date or not. If it is a before, that's it. It won't allow you to access. That's how we will be deactivating. Okay. So if you see the right responsibilities: application developer, workflow administrator, functional developer, functional administrator. So all these responsibility you can see over here. What are the responsibilities, and whatever responsibility you assign here, automatically that would reflect in here. That would reflect here. Okay, so indirect responsibilities and the security attributes, these and all will be provided by the technical people. Okay, whether we need to keep it or not and all, and the main agenda of this indirect responsibility, security attributes and all, that must be that they must be aware of that. I mean, the technical people, the only thing is, all the inputs we would be getting from them, and since they don't have the access, and they would be requesting you, and we will be performing. The only thing is, what you need to know is, okay, somebody asked you to create the user, so you need to know, okay, I need to log into the sysadmin, I mean, I need to log into the system administrator responsibility, and you need to click on user and define, I mean, I need to click on user define, then the form will be coming up, and I need to provide all the inputs. If you got such a knowledge, that's more than enough. The rest, all the inputs will be coming from the technical people and some other team, basically. Okay, so this is what about your this is what about your the user. Okay, sysadmin user. So now what we will be doing is, let's create a user, and let's not create any of the responsibility. Just to create a user and use the existing responsibility. This is the first iteration. We'll create a user and we will use the existing responsibility. As a second iteration, we'll create a new responsibility. Again, assign the new responsibility to the new user. Okay, in that new responsibility, again, some menus and submenus will be there, but there we will be using the existing menu. As a third iteration, we will create the menu as well, new menu as well, and assign that new menu to the new responsibility, that new responsibility to the new user. So three scenarios we would be doing here. All right. So what I can do is, okay, so it is there here, right? You can click on plus. Okay, plus. So akswave is the user. Okay, and the password is welcome one, welcome one. See, I gave welcome one password and I said enter. Still, that showed as a yellow color. Means again it is expecting. And if you look into the bottom of the tip, re-enter your password to verify. Password to verify. So two times you need to provide. Okay, say enter only. You have to say enter. First enter the password. Again it will be showing the column as yellow, and again enter the same password, say enter, that will give something like this. Okay, description. So That's it. Okay. So I'm saying as of now I'm saying none, and I'm not giving any information. It's not mandatory. See, only what are the fields are in yellow color. Those are mandatory. Okay. The other guys are nothing. Okay. So, and when it comes to the responsibility, let me assign system administrator responsibility. Let's say. So if I know everything, I can give. Okay. Otherwise, I can say yes, y, yes, and I press it tab. So we'll be saying Wandal starting with sys. Okay, we will be getting system administration and system administrator responsibility, and I have selected this. I said either you can click on save button or you can say Control S. Okay, it is saved. Let me take the print screen. Right, it is saved. Okay, so let oh no, not required. So let me log out of this. Let me log out from here as well. Now again launch your sorry akswave. Welcome one. Okay, so here one point is when very first time when you log in, akswave is the I mean sorry, welcome one is the default the password which we have set at the time of creating the user. Okay, very first time when you log in, it would ask you to reset the password. So click here, not required. Just you would be getting like this. So whenever you create a user, you would be giving the default password to that particular user, and that user will be changing as per his wish. And once he changed, you can't, there is no way to find out what is his password. Only thing what you can do as a system administrator, you can reset the password once again and share that the updated password to him. And again, when he try to use that password, it will ask him to reset again, and he will be resetting from his end. The only thing what you can do is you can reset the password. That's all. You can't find the password. Okay. So let's give current user welcome one. Okay. So new password will be R1. Article 1234. Okay. So click on submit button. So look, system admin. Okay, this is the default responsibility for every user. It will be coming. Okay. Apart from that, this is the what we have. Okay, so yeah, you can from here you can log into OitCross or else security user different. Seriously, nothing great in this. Only thing is just you need to know the navigation. That's all. Okay, and a one-time practice. That's it. So you'll be getting like this. All right. Okay. Again, if you want to check it out, how your user looks like, say it again. Say F11. It will go. Oh, did I give that? Oh, sorry. Okay. F11. Say akswave. Control F11. So you would be getting like this. Oops. Tej, are you there? Yeah, yeah. By mistake, I have pressed the Wi-Fi button instead of print screen. All right. So, if you want to know other users, okay, suppose let's say Oxwave is there, right? Again, I'll say F11. I don't know the entire user. I just know the first letter of this user. A percentage I have given. I also given Oxwave is there. See, down arrow, up arrow. You can go up and down. Okay. So further users who and all starting with A, you can find out, and totally six records are there. Record 6 by 6. Okay, the same way you can say some other yes percentage. Only one record is there, sysadmin. You can see how many records it got here in the search. Up arrow, down arrow, you can do. Okay, so now let's create the responsibility. You're clear with user, isn't it? So mainly one responsibility should be there to create your user. Okay, one responsibility. Otherwise, there is no point in creating the user, isn't it? What you would be doing with the user. So it's not a mandatory. Okay, since it is not showing as a yellow. Okay, but when you log into the user, you would be seeing the application diagnostic only. You can't perform any of the business activity with that user. Okay, so without giving the responsibility, if anybody asks you to create the user, okay, you can talk to them for what purpose you need and the other information. Maybe by mistake you would have missed out and you would have given the blank information. Okay, so now let's see the responsibility. Security responsibility. Okay, and I define. So the responsibility window looks like this. Okay, so just for the time being, let us search the existing responsibility. What? Tell me one of the responsibilities. The sysadmin. Let's take system administrator is one of the responsibility. Application developer is one of the responsibility. Application system administration is one of the responsibility. Since we are using the system administrator responsibility, we will use that one only. Okay. So say F11 I pressed. Yeah? I don't want to type everything. I will say Control F9. System administration first came, and system administrator came. Okay, so the response, what and all you are seeing, what and all columns you are seeing in the yellow color, those are mandatory. Okay, so here if you see responsibility name is mandatory. After that, effective dates, so from date by default it would be giving, you can go with that, or if someone asks you to change it to specific, if they ask you to change it to specific date, you can change it. Okay. Next, the data group is one of the one. Okay, so I'll be telling you about data group after finishing this. Next, request group is, that's not a mandatory. Okay, request group is not mandatory, but menu is mandatory. Okay, so let me note it down. This menu. Note it down. Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to create a new responsibility with the existing data group and existing menu. Okay, let's use the same menu. All right. So now let's click on plus. It's a new one. Okay, so give the responsibility name and aux responsibility, application name. Usually it will be application object library. The responsibility key, something unique key you can give. Okay, so sample. So this one should be fine. And as I said, the menu you give the existing one. Okay, and the data group, say standard data group. Application is again application object library AOL. It is belongs to AOL basically. Application object library. It's AOL. Okay. So these are the inputs we have given. Okay. So you can, if you want to menu exclusions, so one of the is there, and some of the menus you don't require. I mean, that user doesn't require. You can exclude the items and menu exclusions and excluded items, and you can security attributes, something like that. You can keep it. Again, this information should come from the. I mean, you are not the one who is going to take the decision on this particular stuff. You will be insisting by someone, means someone in the sense some team or the related people, okay, and they will be providing you the document, what and all inputs you need to provide over here, okay. Save it. So take, hope I have taken the print script. Okay, fine. Okay, so yeah, let me close it and let me assign this responsibility to my user, Ax user. F11, F11, control F11. You got this. And here in the system administrator, okay, so add accent tab like this. I have, okay. So let me close this. Lockout. Okay. Sometimes you may need to clear the browser history, but let us see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hmm. And sometimes even you clear the browser, it won't. Okay. Sometimes you may need to bounce the Apache server also to get it. And go with it. Yeah. So bad. Sometimes it will work. Sometimes it won't. Somehow in real time I never see. Whenever I give demo to someone in my VMware, it will be maybe because of this browser and the extended configuration what we have done, a special configuration what we have done for this demo. Maybe that is the reason. In real time I never see. Whenever I add it in, automatically it will be reflected. No, 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 no. If not, again I need to bounce the whole system. So awkward stuff really. Lady. I have no patience. It will take 10 15 minutes. Can we do one thing? I'll do sometime. Can we continue tomorrow? It's already anyway 9:40. We need to bounce. Yeah, yeah. Sometimes, seriously, I don't see this issue in real time. To be honest, every time, I feel the same frustration. Whenever I give demo two, three times, I need to okay. The only for this user management only. For concurrent manager and all not required, to be honest. Okay. Yeah. Let's continue tomorrow, not a problem. Okay. So I'll finish the. I mean, we can finish tomorrow. We can finish and we can start the concurrent manager as well. And tomorrow is Ganesh Chaturthi, right? So what is your availability? I have no problem. Okay. So in the morning time, spending some time doesn't. The 1 hour is not a big thing for me. So it's up to you. Or do you want to check with the other guys and yeah, yeah, just 1 hour, right? What is what? Matter? So let's continue. Okay, or else even if you wanted, if you want me to connect, yeah, if you want me to connect, I can even connect it 7:30. Also not a problem for me. Even we can finish up a little early, or we can extend some. We can spend extra time. So yeah, I'll send the message to get the confirmation. Okay, let's connect at 7 o'clock tomorrow in the morning. So probably we can spend a little more time and yeah, it's to be honest, this system administrator is not I mean, rocket science. Just the only thing you need is someone who knows the navigation need to tell to you. That's it. Okay. So since I know the navigation, I'm telling you. And if you go to them, even if I explain it to my son 3 4 times, he will do it. He can create the user with the document. Okay. So and yeah, and another, okay, the user management. I'm just kidding, the user management. But when it comes to the concurrent manager, we need to apply the brain. So, so that's a little tricky one. So some certain things we need to do it from the back end. Certain you need to verify from the back end. Certain things you need to verify from the front end. So yeah, we'll spend a little more time on concurrent manager because it's a critical one in the interview and the work wise and and one of the favorite topic for me as well. Okay, so let's spend a little more time tomorrow. Okay, so 7 o'clock. Okay, I'll ping anyway. I'll ping it in the group the time. Okay, let's connect. All right. So see you tomorrow then. So probably the document it might take a little time to. I need to crop it and I need to put some explanation, blah blah blah. Okay, but it's okay. I mean, I'll be attaching this video then and there itself now itself. And I think yesterday's video also I need to attach. So I'll do it and you can go through the video to get the navigation and everything is anywhere.